All right, guys, so I'm gonna finish up this so that you guys will have a chance to finish the whole thing in for your classwork. All right, so I don't know for my second period class if I made a mistake on number 6, forgot to multiply the 3 times 4. I don't know if I did, but it should be number 6 should be 81 p6 p to the power of 6 q to the power of 3 s, and then the square root of 3s is what needs to come out. And I believe I did number 7 for both of you guys. So I'm gonna start number 8. Okay. All right, so number 8 is 16x to the power of 4 y squared z to the power of 6. So negative 3 over 2. Okay, so what the negative does is it makes the whole equation as a fraction, right? So this would be, all right, I am not using the slate that I was using, and I just need to get used to. So I apologize for my handwriting. So we have 1 over the square root of, oh my gosh, right? I don't need to write the square root. Hold on, guys. All right, the square root of 16. All right, it's not changing it to, oh, now it is, okay. So I don't know if it is really slow. So this is what it should be, right? 16 squared cubed. 3 times 4 is x to the power of 12. See, y2 times 3 is y6. z6 times 3 is 12. Okay, so this is what it needs to look like when I'm putting it. So this is 1 over the square root of 16 cubed, x to the power of 12, y6, and z12. And now I'm going to use my Desmos to find what is my 16 cubed squared. I mean, you can tell because 16 is a perfect square. So 60, the square root of 16 is 4 cubed is what the answer is going to be. But let's say you didn't know that, right? So go ahead and say 16 squared, no, 16 cubed, no, 3, divided by x squared, right? Because my problem is 16 cubed in a square root. So I put it like that, go to the wrench, find the table, and then go put the arrow until you get there, and then just keep going down. And until you find a number that is less than 1, and then you go up to find the whole number. So we just found, go down. Yep, here you go. This is 64.1. So I knew it was going to come out of a square root, right? So what I have for the first one, so I'm just going to write it here. Maybe use a different color because, well, maybe let's write it down. I'll write it here. So this is the answer. So the square root of 16 cubed is 64, right? Then everything else I have to divide it by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 12 divided by 2 is 6. But remember, this is a fraction. This is 1 over everything. And the reason it's 1 over is because of the negative exponent. So this is your answer for number 8. Okay? All right, number 9. It is 128 x to the power of 4 y to the power of 7 over 16xy cubed 1/3, the cube root, right? So before I do anything, let's see, can I simplify 128 by 60? So I wanted to see if I can simplify it, because then it will make my life 128 divided by 60. It makes my life, yes, that is 8. So to make my life easier, right? So now 128 divided by 16 is 8. I have 4x on top, 1 at the bottom, so I will end up with 3x at the top. I have 7y at the bottom, 3y at the bottom. So when I subtract 7 minus 3, I'll end up with y to the power of 4. Nothing at the bottom, right? Because x got eliminated, the y got eliminated, but we still need to do 1/3 of it, the cube root of it, right? So this is going to look like, let's extend it and pull it up. This would be the cube root of 8x cubed y to the power of 4. So, I mean, I know 2 cube is 8, but let's say you guys didn't know, right? Go to your calculator, put 8 divided by x cubed, right? I need to find, right? And then go to the table. So I'm doing it, and if you know you 2 cubed is 8, then you can do it. Here you go. I don't have any more, right? So you know the cube root of 8 is 2. That's right here. So, or I can rewrite it. If, you know, sometimes you can write it. This is 2 cubed, x cubed, but y cubed and 1y, just to make, so that I can divide everything. So what I will get from here is 2 cubed is going to come out as just 2. X cubed is just going to come as x. Y cubed is going to come out as y. But what is left in the cube root is 1y. Okay? Awesome. So let's do this one. So this is a negative reciprocal, so I need to flip it. So this is the same as 90 a cubed b7 over 18 a squared b5, and then this whole thing is 1/2, right? So I wanted to check if 90 is divisible by 18. So I'll open Desmos, and I'll say, is 90 divided by 18? It is. Oh, sorry, I didn't type anything. 90 divided by 18. Yep, it is 5. So what goes inside is going to be 5. So when I divide this, I get 5, right? 90 divided by 18 is 5. A cubed minus a squared is 1a. b7 minus 5b is b squared to 1/2. What this means is I can put this in the square root, 5ab squared. So the only pair I have is b, so b comes out, but 5 and a stays inside. And that's all you have to do. All right? All right, number 11. So I have 1/2 x to the power of 10, y to the power of 3 times 32. So they both have the same exponent, right? The same power. So I can easily say, okay, 1/2 x to the power of 10, y cubed times 32 x squared y to 1 exponent, which is 1/4, right? So let's divide. 1/2 times 32. 32 divided by 2 is what, 16? Yeah. 16. I'm not touching anything, okay. And then x to the power of 10, x squared is x to the power of 12, right? Y cubed, 1y is y to the power of 4, right? So x combined, y combined, and this is 1/4, right? So if I'm putting it in my, and if you guys remember, so the simplest form I can write 16 is this is to the power of 4, x to the power of 12, y to the power of 4. This is the fourth root. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. That means 2 comes out. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 3x's come out. 4 divided by 4 is 1y. Nothing is inside. This came out, this came out, this came out. So the answer for number 11 is 2x cubed y. All right. Number 12. They're both 1/3. So I can literally write it as 324 A7 B13 6 A squared B4 and then 1/3, right? So can I simplify 32 divided by 6? Let's see. 32 divided by 6. Oh, no. But it can be simplified, right? No? Can be. No, by 2. Like 32 divided by 2 is 16. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we can simplify it, even if it's not completely factored out. Oh, it's not 32. 324. Oh, sorry. I thought it was 32. 324. You're like, where did she get 32? 324 divided by 6. Yes, 54. All right, 54 is what I have. 324 divided by 6 is 54. So A7 over 8 to the power of 2, you subtract 7 minus 2, gives you A5, right? And 13 minus 4 is B to the power of 9. Right? So this is the same thing as the cube root of 54 A5 B to the power of 9. So I know 9 is divisible by 3, but 5 is not divisible by 3. So let's just see. Let's rewrite it so that I can have number divisible. So I have 54 A3 A2 B9, right? But this is cube root. So, but I haven't figured out if 54 can be factored, right? So let's go to our Desmos and try 54. So I want to know 54 can be factored out with x cubed. So x to the power of 3, right? That's what I got. So I'll go to the lunch and table. And here you go. You go down, down, down. Yep, it's less than 1. So 3, the square root of 2 is what comes out of it. Okay. So now I know 54 can be factored as 3, the square root of 2. So this is 3 is outside. A3 comes out as 1A. B9, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So B cubed comes out. So what is left? Because in Desmos we knew it's going to be what? 3 and 2. 2 stays inside. So 2 stays inside. A squared stays inside. B9, all of them came out. So this would be your answer for... All right, so I know I'm going through it faster because I don't want to take a long time to get it done. But guys, take your time when you're doing this and do it, like watch number 12, pause, try to do 14 by yourself. And then if you don't get it, then you can Watch it, because the way I started sometimes might not be the same way you start yours, right? So which is perfectly fine. It doesn't always, we don't always have to start the same way, right? So we can so I knew this is the fourth root. This is the fourth root also, so I can easily multiply it. So if you want it, you can just keep all of them in one fourth root. I have 27 times a cubed, right? b7 times 18 times a to the power of 5, b6. Then I can multiply the numbers. What is 27 times 18, right? I am standing in a workroom doing this for you guys. 27, because somebody's in my room, times 27 times, where's my times? 18. 486. So I got 486. Oh, come on. All right. 486, right? Right? A cubed times a to the power of 5. You're adding the exponent, remember? 3 plus 5 is 8. 7 plus 6 is 13, right? And then this is, oops, the fourth root of it, right? So 3, 5, 7, 7, and 6 is 13. So I want it to be divisible by 4. So I know A is divisible by 4, but not B, right? So I can rewrite that just to make it divisible by 4. I guess I have to hold this, but it's... So 486. A8 is divisible, but B, I will write it as B12 and 1B. So let's do 484, right? Let's go to my Desmo, right? 486, did I put 486, right? And divided by x to the power of 4, because it's the fourth root, right? And then I go to the table, find it, and I go down until I find a number that is less than 1, which I just did, right? So the fourth root of 486, I believe, right? 486 is 3, the square root of the fourth root of 6. So see, 3 comes out, 6 stays inside. So 3 comes out. So 3 comes out, and 6 is going to stay inside. Right. From 8 to the power of 4. 8 divided by 4, right, is 2. So a squared inside comes out. B12, right, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So this came out, this came out, this came out, but what was left was, I forgot the number, 6, right? 6 was left. No. 6 was left, and 1B was left. It couldn't come out. This is the fourth root. So this is your answer for number 14. All right, before you try to do 13, I mean, before you try to do 14, do it. I mean, they kind of the same thing, right? 1/2, 1/2. Pause it and then try to do it. All right, but I will put it, since it's a square root, 81 d to the power of 4 f4 times 5 d squared times f7. They're all under the square root. So now I have to multiply 81 times 5. Let's go to Desmos. 81 times 5. No, not this one. Times 5 is 405. 405. D4 times D2, you're adding the exponent. 4 plus 2 is 6. D6. F4, F7, you're adding the exponent f to the power of 11, right? 7. All right, so, but it's just the square root. So I want things to be divisible by 2. So I know d to the power of 6 is divisible by 2, but not my f, right? So let's write my f, 4 over 5, d6. I can write it as f10 and 1f. Combined, it gives you f11, but now 10 I can divide it. Now, but the 405, I need to take care of that on decimals, right? Or you can factor it out, right? So take 405 divided by x squared, no, to the power of 2. And then go to your table. You go to the range, find the table, and then you just go down until the number on the right side is less than 1. Keep going. Yep, I got it, less than 1. Then I go up. Here you go, 9 and 5. Right? So 9 goes out, 5 stays in. 9 goes out, 5 stays in. So when I take it out, 9 goes out, and 5 stays in. So let's, what comes out from 6 divided by 2? 3, right? 10 divided by 2, 5. Square root of, remember, 9 goes out, 5 stays in. 10, f and d, 6 comes out as 3 and 5, and then this stays in. So your answer would be 9d cubed f to the power of 5 times the square root of 5f. Okay? All right, so we got another one. So I can easily divide the outside. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Right? And then, but everything else, I can write it as 81 x to the power of 7, y to the power of 4, z squared, then 3x cubed, y squared, 1z, and then it's 1/2. So whatever inside the parentheses can be simplified. So I wanted to see what is 81 divided by 3. So I go to my decimals. And I mean, if you know it by heart, 81 divided by 3, what it is, I think it's 27, but let me check. 81 divided by 3, 81 divided by 3 is 27. Yep. So 27 stays is going to be the answer for this one, right? So 6 is still outside. So 81 divided by 3 is 27. X to the power of 7, x to the power of 3. So you're subtracting because this is division. Now we're subtract. 7 minus 3 is x to the power of 4. 4 minus 2, y squared. z2 minus z, 1z. So this is all 1/2. Right? So the speed, 6 is outside. This is in the square root. 27, x4, y2, and 1z. So the good thing is with the exponent, the 4 and the 2 is divisible by 2. Z, there's nothing I can do. But I need to know what is the square root of 27. So I go to my, my decimals, then put 27 divided by x squared. Right? And then go to your range and try to find out what is that. So you go to 2, and then you just press enter until you find a number less than 1, which we just did. So 3, 3. And some of it, you know, since we did it so many times, you kind of can see, oh yeah, I know the square root of 27 is 3 the square root of 3. So 6 comes out times 3, x squared, 1y, and I have 3 and z inside. Like, how did you get x squared? Because you divide 4 by 2, you have 2. That means 2 pairs of x's inside can come out. And then 1 pair of y can come out. and then z doesn't stay. So 6 times 3 is 18. So x squared y, the square root of 3z. That's your answer. All right, number 16. So first divided 35 by 7, which is 5, right? And then mix the whole thing up because cube root. So I'll do 250, a to the power of 5, b to the power of 5. Please make sure you're pausing this and doing it before you watch the whole thing. Or sometimes you guys will forward it and look at just the answer and just copy. If you do that, I mean, you can and get the perfect credit for your classwork, but you're not learning anything by doing it that way. So don't cheat yourself. You're not cheating me. You're cheating yourself if you do it that way. So I know 250 divided by 2 is, let's just do it, just 250 divided by 2. Oh, it'd be good if I was writing it right. By 2 gives you 125. So I have 5 and then 125 on top. A5 and 1a subtracted, I have a4. b5, b2, 5 minus 2 is b3. And this is 1 cubed. All right, so I have 5 out. This is the cube root of 125. So I'll write it in term so that a's can be divisible by 3 and 1a. b is divisible by 3, so I'll just write it like that. So I'll go to my Desmos, and we did this before. I don't know if you guys remember. 125 divided by x cubed, right? So now I delete this one and go to here and table. So you keep going down. Oh, here you go. What is it? 5 and 1. It's a perfect cube root. So 125 comes out as 5. I think this is the one we did in class. A cubed comes out as 1a. B cubed comes out as 1b. But what is left is a. A is inside. But I have to multiply my 5 times 5, right? 5 times 5 is 25. A, b cubed, and then a. Alrighty, guys. I think this is it, right? Or we have next page? Yep, this is it. All right, I did everything, so no excuse not to get your work done for day 3 classwork. All right, have a good day. Bye.